What's up guys, Brad here from Piney Grove, and yesterday we finally got our new pole barn built. But when they built it and put the reference lines on the poles, I found out that I didn't do as good a job grading as I thought I did, so I need to get some more dirt under the pole barn. So we got reference lines up there, and what it showed is that I'm low here on the end, and I'm also low here in the middle. And it's missing about 4 to 6 inches in those areas, so I need several dump trailer loads of dirt. I've run out of dirt in our couple of main stashes, but we've got a little pit that I started digging in the back of the property, so we're going to grab the excavator and go back there and get some of that dirt. And the reason I want that dirt is because it's more of an orange clay, and it'll pack better and be a good base for the gravel that we're going to put in the pole barn eventually. This is the site of our dig pit out here at Piney Grove, and all it is an area in the back corner where I know that there's some good yellow clay dirt. You can see it back there in the background. But last night I came in here with the front end loader on the tractor and pushed up a big pile of, let's call it topsoil. It's mainly sand here in North Florida. But I want to get in here with the excavator now on the blade and finish pushing off this top brown layer and get down to this good clay and stockpile it, and then we'll trailer it up to the pole barn. So like I said, I used the bucket yesterday and I was able to get a decent scrape off the top here, but this is a much better machine for doing that. Just gets better traction and I can kind of push more evenly. And the plan is once I dig this out and get all that fill material that I need out of here, I want to put like a bunch of chopped up brush and wood chips in that hole that I'm going to create. Put a layer of dirt, a layer of brush, a layer of dirt, a layer of brush, and just let it sit and ferment for a couple years. And then I should have a good compost pile back here. The reason that I'm not taking down these little trees around here is because they're oak trees, and oak trees are hard to come by here in North Florida. So we're trying to preserve as many oaks as we can. So I'm just going to work around them. And if this pit doesn't give me enough dirt, I can go a little bit more that way if I need to. It always looks like a little bit of dirt to move, and then you start moving it and realize that it's going to take more time than you thought. I got most of this stripped off. I'm going to start digging now and creating a pile right there that'll be easy to get to with the tractor. So I found this area kind of by accident. We were working on the back fence line here, and I needed some fill dirt for where the fence, it was washed out under the fence. And I just randomly started digging here and found this nice clay layer. Dug this out down here where you'll see the orangish dirt, and then I made a big pile of this orange clay dirt right here that's kind of crumbly and dry. I want to show you the sand pit. You didn't have the look of excitement like I thought you would have.
Well, I didn't know what it was. He said, here, I'm going to show you something. And then he shows me this hole that he dug. And I was just like, oh, that's a nice hole. I didn't know what he was showing me. Now that I know that it's a dirt pit, it's a very fine dirt pit. Now I can appreciate it.
Thanks, babe. I think it's a fine dirt pit. We have a lot of clay on the property, but in some places, once you break through that organic layer, you get into sand. What's nice about this orange dirt is that it packs really well, and it's less likely that things will grow up through it like weeds and grass. I've got my 12-inch trenching bucket in, and I have an 18-inch bucket, but it's not really in an easy place to get to. So I only have a little bit of time tonight to dig. So I'm just gonna dig with the bucket that I have. It wasn't until we actually bought Piney Grove here and started, moving dirt around and stuff that I started really caring about dirt. Dirt has always been just dirt to me, all types. But there's definitely a difference between soil, dirt, clay, whatever you wanna call it. The reason I like this particular dirt so well is because when it compacts, it just stays where you put it. And when we put it on the fence line over there and packed it in with the tractor, we got a lot of rains immediately after, and the rain just runs over top of it instead of creating little divots and stuff and washing it out. But you can just see that this stuff just stays together. The dirt that I stripped off of here is sandy, and it doesn't stay together. It's just real loose. It's easier to spread, but then it doesn't stay put. I don't want to dig this too deep and create a hazard for animals. I'd hate for a baby deer or something to get caught in here and not be able to get out. So I don't have time to backfill it tonight. So I'm just going to make sure I make the side so anything that might fall in there can climb its own way out. I'd put up some yellow tape or some barrier like they do when they're digging in a city or something, but I don't think the animals on Piney Grove can read. We just had a little bit of rain, and this clay is a little bit moist, so it's sticking in the bucket, kind of making it hard to empty the bucket here at the end of the run. If it gets too sticky, then you just got to stop and wait for it to dry out, because it's just not worth it to get a partial bucket, especially with this small bucket. Sitting on the excavator digging, you're thinking that it's going slow and you're not getting a pile, but I got a pretty good pile here, probably 2 or 3 dump trailer loads, and I'll show you how deep we're digging. This is a whole different perspective when you get on the ground. Just a few minutes, I've dug this from probably right about here to my feet, so that's a good solid 4 feet or so. And I got a nice pile of dirt, and I got a good clay bank going all the way from here to the camera. I got plenty of fill dirt for what I need. I just got to get it out of the ground. I just sent Deb a text and told her to come dig. This is just too fun not to share. And also, it's a real easy digging environment, so she can get some time on the machine and learn, and in a low stress, type of environment. So hopefully she shows up, and we'll get a little cameo of her digging. I can't believe she showed up. I looked around and I saw Bella running by, and I was like, Deb can't be too far behind. So she's already protesting. She's saying, I don't remember, but this is so easy a digging. Let's get her on there. She'll have a blast.
I was just trying to enjoy my afternoon cup of coffee walking my dog, because Bella will not allow you to sit and enjoy coffee, and I've been shanghaied. I don't remember this stuff. I don't remember. I love this, but I won't remember it. This is not going to go well. I don't remember. Okay, that swings my house. I don't remember. He just does this to me, and he says, here, do this, and he does this all the time. I don't do this all the time, so I don't know what I'm doing. Then raise it, curl and raise, curl and raise. Hey, look at that. I got a full bucket my very first time. It's by no means, oh, I didn't curl enough. Oh, I got too happy too fast. But I did have a full bucket. Okay, we're gonna accept that for now. It is fun. It really is fun. Okay, I don't remember how to extend my boom thingy. I remember how to do that. How do I extend my boom? I can't make it go out. I know all that. I can't make it go out this far.
Yeah.
That's as far as I can go. I can't straighten it more.
When you put it down, it'll go farther, right?
Okay, go.
All right, I'm gonna go walk your dog.
Go walk my dog. It's all me. It really is fun, but it takes some getting used to. He does it muscle memory. I don't do it muscle memory. But the fact that I remembered any of it is a little bit rewarding to me, because it's been a while since I've been on it. It'll be a hot mess. He's got a really nice little pit dug here. It's nice little claw marks. That's not what it's gonna look like when he comes back. Look at that, that's better, huh? There's an art form how much you curl to hold the dirt in the bucket without dumping it, or like that. You don't wanna do that. You don't want to curl the wrong way. I should have left it alone. I know Brad says all the time that, guys, you want to get your wife involved, buy equipment and let her play with it. I think there's a lot of truth to that. If you would have told me, I won't even say 2 years ago, I'll say if you would have told me 3 months ago that he would go walk my dog and I would be the one operating Precious, I would have laughed. But look at me operating Precious. If I leave it alone and I don't curl it anymore, I gotta curl it. Oh, see, there we go. And if I don't curl it anymore, I just raise it, I got me a big old bucket. This is fun. This is much more fun than tree stumps. I hit the wrong button. I just put a clod of dirt on the path. I'm tempted to go kick it back on the pile. Should I go kick it back on the pile? Or should I keep digging? I'll keep digging. He knows I'm gonna have mistakes. None of that's gonna surprise him. Look at me.
So I've been walking Bella, and I was in the food plot, which is a good 100 yards away, and I just heard her chattering away. So it'll be interesting when we edit the video to see what she had to say. I asked to switch out with her. That thing is just fun. It's a 24.7 horsepower excavator. Can't believe how much work we can get done with it. And a lot of the work we do is fun. She's having fun and literally just told me that she wouldn't mind doing it a little longer.
Okay, well, I'm giving him back his precious, but I am glad that he shanghaied me once again because I forget that that really is fun, and I like digging dirt. Words I thought I'd never say. I like digging dirt, but I'll give him back his precious and I'll walk my dog and drink my coffee.
I figured she'd enjoy herself. That's why I sent her a text, because it's just so easy to dig right here rather than trying to pull out a stump where you might have to be a little bit more technical in what you're doing. So I'm glad she came out and got a little bit of seat time. But it's getting close to dinner time, so I got to wrap up what I'm doing. But before I go, I'm going to take you down into the bottom of the pit here, because just soil profiles fascinate me. We talked about the organic layer here on top. And again, this is North Florida, very sandy soil, very poor soil. It's very acidic. You got all these pine trees dropping their pine needles. But over eons and centuries and decades, all of these leaves and pine needles decompose and they create this topsoil or sandy topsoil. But underneath, nothing changes. And we've got this real nice yellow clay that's very packable. But underneath that, I just hit a layer of like a real thick red clay. And it's just interesting to me, the soil profiles from that topsoil to that sandy layer to the yellow and now down to the red. I think that red is more of a sticky type of clay. And we've got a lot of videos out there on our pond. If we had that red clay in the bottom of our pond, I don't think we'd have any problem with it leaking. Also, a lot on our property, we have fill dirt or dirt with a lot of good sized pebbles in it. I won't say they're rocks. They're probably no bigger than $50. But here, this is pretty clean. There are some pebbles, but they're smaller. This is all in one 20-acre block. We have all these different types of soils and soil profiles. I get corrected a lot about soil and dirt. And people are like, that's not soil, that's dirt. Or that's not soil, that's clay. I thought clay was soil, and I thought it was all considered dirt. So leave a comment down below. What's the difference? I seriously don't know. I didn't even bother looking it up because at the end of the day, I don't care. And I just want to, be out here having fun, enjoying myself, getting our own resources off of our property. And I don't think that I'm going to waste a lot of time worrying about, whether it's called soil, dirt, or clay. All right, I think I've left enough of a safety ramp in there in case anything were to get caught in there. And I'll take you down there and show you that different dirt or soil or clay. Here's a good piece here showing the layers of the yellow hitting the red. I have no idea what causes that. Like, I don't know why it's red, I don't know why it's yellow, or why it's mixed like that. But as you get farther down lower under that yellow, you can see more of that red clay in there. So the red clay is actually more crumbly. It's dry in my hands as I crumble it. Almost feels a little chalky, and so maybe it retains less moisture, whereas the yellow clay kind of forms into a ball. You can see the red clay kind of flaking off from it. So I'm no geologist or soil expert, but if you know anything about it, leave a comment down below. I'd be interested to know what makes that clay red and why it's a different texture. But that's going to do it for today's video, folks. I thought I'd have enough time to transport this dirt to the pole barn, but as usual, I've run out of time. I got to get Precious back in the barn and then also get up to the house for dinner with Deb. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. We'll put a couple of links up here to a couple of our other videos, but until next time, y'all take care out there, and remember, life's short, tractor hard.